Hi, I'm Cindy, and this is Rico.
Hi everyone.
Today we represent a Taiwanese internet security firm, the Curland Technology Corporation Ltd, to talk about one of our best-selling devices, the FlowViewer FM800A. Before I begin, I'm going to discuss briefly about why our device is so important. People might wonder what happened when hackers attack. Well, when hackers attack, the network can experience slow response time or an outage that are out of your control. Another common question asked is that, why do hackers attack? Oftentimes, hackers try to penetrate your security parameters to steal your private data and credit card information. Unfortunately, most security devices today use IPS, which has several blind spots. First, the IPS device uses a feature code scheme to identify the intrusion. However, this function can do nothing to zombie computers that try to infect new computers or servers. And this is because hackers are smart enough to change their pattern scheme every 2 to 3 days. Also, IPS equipment has a high error rate on the threshold setting function. For this, we will use several cases to discuss this later. As for now, just know that these IPS devices can easily cause false positives by either the feature code scheme or the low threshold setting function. And just for future reference, the behavior of a cyber intrusion and cyber attack are different. The packet of a cyber intrusion must be small. The hacker will act like a thief because he will not like to be discovered before the intrusion succeeded. Whereas the cyber attack is more like a robber who doesn't cover his tracks. Hackers don't worry about being caught because they usually use a relay attack. Normally, there are two kinds of cyber attack. First, by the amount of traffic, or by a number of sessions. Hackers can create traffic by using a number of UDP packets to consume the network bandwidth. Hackers can also use a large number of sessions to paralyze the target machine. Such attack usually leads to network device overload because the CPU resource is consumed. Also, the amount of traffic and sessions used to paralyze the target machine doesn't necessarily need to contain any pattern. So, instead of using IPS technology, our FlowViewer uses the Network Behavior Anomaly Detection, the NBAD technology, to find out and block the attack automatically. There is no such thing as a feature code update slowly or a high error rate on the threshold setting function. The FlowViewer collects the information of each IP address, including the source IP address, the destination IP address, the time duration, the transport protocol port number, the protocol, the number of sessions, the packet, and the traffic. The FlowViewer analyzes these information and finds out the intrusion and attack. The cyber intrusions such as port scan, SSH, RDP, and worm can be detected and blocked by FlowViewer. The cyber attacks such as UDP Flood Attack, DOS attack, DNS attack, and NTP attack can also be detected and blocked by the FlowViewer. So now, here goes the math. Just to define some variables. S is the number of sessions. P sub source N is a source port number. P sub destination N is a destination port number. And T sub N is just some time. And here, the function of S contains 3 variables and is equals to 1. The 3 variables are Tn, source port number, and destination port number. Since Tn is an element of the real number, delta Tn equals Tn plus 1 minus Tn, where delta Tn is a number greater than 0. The source port number P is an element of a collection of natural number ranging from 1024 to 65,535 inclusive, where P is the port number allocated from the operating system. The value range between 1024 to 65,535. Similarly, the destination port number is also an element of collection of natural number ranging from 1 to 65,535 inclusive, where P source n, comma, P destination n does not equal to P source n plus 1, comma, P destination n plus 1. So, from all these calculations above, we can get the total number of sessions equals to the summation of the function. Next, I'm going to introduce the threshold function of IPS equipment. The default value of the UDP source session is 5,000 sessions per second, and this value is the same as the UDP destination sessions. Lastly, the UDP flood default value is 2,000 packets per second. So now that we went through all the important features of our flow viewer and talk about why our device is more secure than most IPS devices in the market, let me use 3 real cases to show you what our system looked like in actual situation when hackers really attack. The first case happened on May 27, 2014. Based on the UDP Flood Attack report, the attack consists of roughly 2.4 million sessions. You can zoom in for more detail by clicking the number of sessions. The detail includes the source IP, the source port number, the destination IP address, the destination port number, the time duration, the protocol, the number of packets, and the traffic. As indicated on the graph, the source and the destination port numbers are both random. Hackers can initiate the attack by flooding the host with a large number of random ports. Using the formula above, we know that a huge session can be created by switching the source and destination port number in a short amount of time. In this case, the maximum number of sessions is 743. And since the maximum is 743 and is lower than the default IPS threshold value 5,000, this means that an IPS device will not be able to detect this particular attack and therefore may cause their system to paralyze without them knowing why. Fortunately, this won't be the case for our flow viewer because, as you can see, our flow viewer is able to detect this particular attack even if the maximum session is only 743 sessions per second. The next example occurred on July 21st, 2015. From the UDP Flood Attack report, we noticed that this particular attack consists of over 1 million sessions. Similarly, we can zoom in to get more detailed information. Based on the graph, we noticed that the destination port was still random. However, the source port now stays as either 32791 or 32792. Thus, this piece of evidence further strengthened the above formula and proved the formula to be correct. In this case, the maximum number of sessions is roughly 2,300, which is still below the IPS threshold. So, based on the 2 examples above, if we use the IPS device default value 5,000, then we won't be able to effectively stop hackers' attack. And I do believe a picture is worth 1,000 more, so let us do a real demo for last case.
Thank you, Cindy. In the last case, I want to show you a very powerful function of the flow view, the real-time query. The real-time query allows us to acquire the result in a short time by entering the criteria into each field. In this case, first, I will enter the range. The range will be set to June 2nd, 15 from 130 to 135, and then enter the IP we want to query. And the number of inquiry to be 3,000. From here, you can see it only takes 3.75 seconds to show the answer, and this IP attack lost IP address in class A. Next, I will modify the range. Replace the range to June 2nd, 2015 from 6:55 to 7 o'clock. Based on the search, you can see this IP were under attack by this current IP. From the info above, we can conclude that this IP attacked multiple Class A networks from 1:30 to 7 o'clock, and also prove that the floor view can detect this kind of attack.
Thank you, Rico, for the demonstration, and thank you all for watching. If you have any further questions or concerns, please go to www.curlin.com, or you can email Blue, our project manager, at blue@curlin.com. In the future, we will upload another video that will use a software to apply this particular mathematical formula and simulate a real-time UDP flood attack. This simulation will be based on the concept of how hackers initiate a UDP flood attack, which is done by sending a large number of UDP packets to a remote host with different port numbers. Until then, thank you for watching, and see you next time.